Hello, welcome back to Switched On and the continuation of our Motorsport Manager career mode. And we are Switched On Racing. You can see they're sitting proudly at the top of the standings after 4 races. And in other good news, we just had an invitational race that I kind of skipped because, you know, it's not really part of the main series. You take charge of a country. Basically, I was the United Kingdom, and you get 2 English drivers or British drivers to race, and we won. We won a hybrid race around Monaco and was awarded £3.5 million or dollars. So that was a nice surprise and has boosted the coffers of Switched On Racing. Talking of which, we had to make staff changes since the last episode. We had a mechanic of Takuma Ito, apologies, who we let go, and the mechanic was also due for release. He had 1 race left, so we've swapped him out, and we have now welcomed Jocelyn Carrière. So thought, as we got a new driver, David Beckmann, we bring in a new mechanic as well. So all change in car number 2 at Switched On Racing. Also, we had some news that Jack White was involved in a car accident last week in this game, and he has actually now been given the trait of injury prone or injured. So he's got -1 to all his stats at the moment, and that expires in 2 races. So he is currently recovering from a car accident. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. But Beckmann will certainly be looking forward to his first race as a Switched On driver. Everything else, all the admin, I've taken care of. We've got headquarters, staff gym being built. The supply network to the Minsk freight depot is still ongoing. And I had a little check on the car. That's progressing nicely for next year. And our sponsors are fine for the moment. Car-wise, first on the grid, Jack's car could be improved. We've got a bit of cash. Perhaps that's something to look at. Maybe we can look at some of the brakes. We can actually build brakes now, can't we? So let's build some brakes. And again, performance, reliability, and performance to see what that churns out in a week's time. We can always stick them on Beckmann's car. Jack White wants the new brakes. I think he's going to be sorely disappointed. Now, as for wings and suspensions, let's have a look. So White's front wing is 101. I mean, we could. It's always good to be improving. I mean, our car's already #1 on the grid, so maybe we won't waste that money just now. We could always be piling that money into next season's car. So, with everything set up, let's crack on with the calendar. And we arrive in Singapore for, and again, I think this is a Switch exclusive. I don't think this is in the other versions of the game, but we've got a night race. So, under the lights of Singapore. And we need to pick a sponsor. Who is going to come with us? We're doing well, although given the fact that Jack White is carrying an injury, we'll probably just play it safe again and go with this middle option. So 4 or above in qualifying, and the race will net us nearly $500,000 in sponsorship money. I think if Jack White wasn't injured, we may have pushed it and gone for the 2nd place option. But anyway, so here we are, Singapore. Hot track temperatures. Look at that. That's lovely. Under the lights, illuminating the track there. Really nice feature. So spectacular value as we take spectacular venue as we take to qualifying. So let's get White out and see what sort of condition he's in. We've got 13 skill points. Play it safe. So we'll go wing angles, tyre pressure. Oh, we can still keep pushing this, can we? Dare we? Oh, we sneak it in. and use all our skill points. Excellent. So Jack White is maxed out. Send him out on the softest tyres we have and get him running out. So that's Beckmann gets into the switched on car for the first time. The new mechanic, Jocelyn Carrière, got those 13 skill points, so it allows us to do a bit of a better setup on this car. So brake bias, wing angles, we can keep pushing this all the way to get 4 cards, more brake bias tweaks. Carrière's happy with that. So we've got the 0.1 second bonus on Beckmann's car, and let's see what he can do. Stick it in hurry up mode. Actually, let's stay zoomed out and have a look at this track as they go around. So very much based on the real life track across the bridge there. Back over the finish line. White takes first, Beckmann second. Very nice 1-2 so far for Switched On. Yeah, and Kirsty Osman really pleased with that run from Jack White, showing no ill effects of that car accident. So let's keep pushing, tweak the brake bias a bit more, adjust the camber, tweak the wing angles, and we're going to risk this one as well. Oh, let me get that one as well. So all 4 cards for White, and he gets a ½ second bonus on his laps. That's going to come in handy. Carrière improved too, 26%. We'll just go with this big one. Get a big boost. Look at that. And that'll do very nicely. And we can even apply this one up to 4 points. We've got 4 points left. And I don't think we'll push our luck any further than that. We don't want to lose the good bonus we've got. So we will be happy at that and send Beckmann out for a second stint. Get them on the fast forward. So White is 0.3 seconds quicker than Beckmann, who has a slender gap back to Lawson. So 3 purple sectors for White, who improves his time. Beckmann doesn't improve. A little bit concerning, considering we improved the setup a little bit. So I think we'll send Beckmann back out for one more run. I'm not going to quite make that 0.75 seconds. I don't really want to risk it. These skill values are too high. We've got 5 points left, and this one will cost between 2 and 17, and this one between 0 and 9. I don't think it's worth the risk and losing what we've already got. So let's send Beckmann out on his own. Keep an eye on those sector times in the bottom right hand corner, the 3 colour blocks or above Beckmann's car. We're looking for purples, or at least greens. So that's a white, means it hasn't improved. The green's improvement, and another green's an improvement. Can't get near Jack White's time though, but still an excellent second for David Beckmann in that second car, and a switched on 1-2. And some savvy business in the interim between races to move Takuma Ito on and bring in David Beckmann and a new mechanic for him, and it's paid dividends immediately with a switched on 1-2. So drivers complaining of humidity, but look at that sight, we'll take that. Both cars on the front row. Remember, these other drivers are from Formula 3, the actual Formula 3 drivers, so these are the actual cars as well that we edited in. Check back on, I think it was episode 2, where we'll go through these Formula 3 drivers and cars. So anyway, it's going to be nice racing against those. So pit stops 1 second faster. We'll take that bonus for Jack White. So look at his setup. We can go. We might go on the super hards actually. See if we can just run a 1 stop. Although I might need to go a bit defensive actually, because if I was in second place, although we are in second place, but you know those cars behind us are going to be wanting to push early, I'm sure. So let's go. I don't really want to. We could be dropping into a 2-stop strategy here. We don't want that. Let's go on the hards. No refueling, of course. And we will attack and use high power off the line. Now Beckmann, we can be quite tactical here. We can put him on a slower strategy. Check the weather, by the way. Looks okay. Put him on a harder compound, and we will try and keep him to hold the field up. He's actually getting a 10% medium tyre performance as well, so it makes sense to keep him on the medium. So that will do. Let's get down to the grid. Beckmann and White. We're going to miss the start. Hopefully not. Kind of. Here we go. So Beckmann and White are away. And they keep that 1-2 for now. Well, Beckmann is dropping back a bit. So White, he's out in front. Beckmann is dropping down to 9th. What's going on there? He's in traffic. Oh, car's off the track. Absolute carnage through this twisty track. Finally gets some clean out. Settles in 6th and starts to pull away. That wasn't the best start for Beckmann. Got tangled up in all sorts of traffic. And White being chased down by Alex Peroni, who's come up from the... I think he would qualify down in like 9th. So Peroni up into 2nd place. Going to turn down what White's doing at the moment. Beckmann's tyres are on the way out, considering he's got a performance boost. He's done 5 laps on those tyres and they're done. So that may be a skill thing. We might have to look at improving his cornering. So 6 laps into the race and he is done on those mediums. 16 laps to go. He's going to have to stop twice. Let's do a little stint, a middle stint on the super hard compound. And hope he can tiptoe back. We might have to conserve to make sure he squeaks back to the line. And he just about makes it in to the pits. So, Jack White is in danger of running out of fuel, but we've got down to 15 laps to go, so he may have to stop twice. Big tyre wear track this one. Let's put him... Let's go. If we're going to stop another 2 times, let's try and push it and go 3 sets of hards. But as I say, he is in a big fuel deficit at the minute, down by 2 laps as he comes in for his tyre stop from 1st place. Rejoins in 2nd, so a decent stop, and he's already putting pressure on Laxonen. Great work from Jack White. Uses all the track there. Loses a bit of time to Laxonen, but he is pushing the Finn really hard. And does make it past, so Jack White retakes the lead. And already eases a gap out over Laxonen. That's good to see. So where are we here with Beckmann? Need to get him hurrying up a little bit. Down in 6th at the moment, in a little train of 3. It's Laxonen, who's moved down to 5th now. Beckmann and Lawson. Let's see if we can give him a bit of a boost. Meanwhile, Jack White is pulling away from the front. We're going to conserve some fuel and maybe tyres just for a little while. We're just going to keep an eye on that. Get Beckmann back on a steady program. So White still pulling out at the front, although he's being caught slowly by Vips because we've gone to this conserve pattern. So we better not run it for too much longer. We recovered a decent amount of fuel there by conserving, and we maybe got another lap out of those tyres. He is asking for new tyres. Oh, and I bottled it. I'm going to bring him in now. So 6 laps to go. I don't think we need to risk it. I think we put him on hards again. We stick with the plan. The plan was 3 sets of hards. And Jack White pits from first place with 5 laps to go. Rejoins in third. Beckmann is holding up okay on his tyres. He's in 5th place. And I think as he crosses the line, we will get him in for a stop on the next lap. So 4 laps to go. We could stick him on mediums for a quick sprint at the finish. Let's keep an eye on White. Really, you'll say he was catching PK, but he actually retook the lead as the first and second place pitted, and White regains the lead with 3 laps to go, and this is looking like another win for SwitchedOn Racing. White with a 7-second lead. So let's check in on Beckmann. He's got problems with his car, his front wing scraping along the floor. 6th place isn't a bad finish. Probably would have hoped for better after starting second. It's not guaranteed yet. Well, somehow I was trying to change the fuel mode there. White was complaining of a lack of fuel, but we got there in the end. But yes, a win for Jack White. We kind of missed that there, trying to get the engine mode changed, and we had some problems with the UI, but we got there in the end. Jack White, another win. Tremendous. What a race from White. Carrying those injuries. We don't know how severe they affected him. Obviously not very. 2-stop strategy. Hard tyres all the way. And that was a good job. Beckmann slightly disappointed with a 6th place finish after starting second on the grid. And look at that great run there from Simo Laaksonen. 1 stopped. Started on hards, went to super hards for the finish. Finished 12 laps on those super hard tyres. Tremendous effort from the Finn. And just confirmation there. Jack White takes the top place on the podium. 25 points to add to his tally. And SwitchedOn 4 wins from 4 races. And Jack White, a perfect record. 4 wins from 4 races also. Takuma Ito now at Art Grand Prix. I can't find Beckmann. Beckmann, there he is. There now. 16 points so far. Perfect. So I think we're going to have a look at the results from the other series, which hopefully we'll now be able to see the IndyCar results. Here we go. So there's the Formula 1 results from the most recent Grand Prix in Monaco. Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen. Very familiar front 3. That's Hamilton pulls out his lead at the top of the table. And there we are. There's the IndyCar. Struggled to find it there, but the Asia Pacific Super Cup is the IndyCar. So more of an international feel to IndyCar this year. Sydney Grand Prix, Will Power, Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi take the honours there. That means Will Power extends his lead at the top of the championship with Dixon close behind. So excellent stuff. We've got those real drivers in the game now. That's perfect. So improvement points. Looks like nothing's changed there after that race. That's fine. So we made $897,000 from Singapore, which puts our bank balance up just below $2.5 million, which is really nice actually. We can use some of that money. So the transport links to Minsk have been finished, so we get an extra bonus there. And we can either go to this new hub, or we can keep... Where's our current hub at the moment? We need 2 planes, 2 boats, 2 lorries. So let's start collecting some boats. The Toronto dockyard. Need more target slots really. I think we can update those by building new facilities. But anyway, new brakes have been built. So we will put White's brakes on Beckmann's car, and White can just keep improving that car. Yeah, this car's a monster. And HQ upgrade is complete. So we've now got a gym for the staff, more importantly the drivers, and that helps them improve. And it's also opened up on the skill tree some more options for us, which we can take a look at in the next race. So talking of the next race, we're in Milan, Italy. So that's, I think that track is very reminiscent of Imola. We've got staff contracts expiring soon. Sponsors probably expiring soon. I think we're going to have a sponsor expire there, Eve Technology, before the next race. And the car is making good progress, but we will check in on all these things on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe if you did. And we've got 2 races to go in this season. And as I say, we should automatically just go up to Formula 2 anyway. We should unlock that series. So that'll be for a future season. But let's see if we can finish off maybe with 6 wins out of 6. And that'd be a good start to Switched On Racing. But again, thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next episode. See you later. Bye.